From the Millersville University Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Kyle Elliott here with the medium range forecast and video discussion issued on Monday, January 13th. Well, after another blast of Arctic air swings through the mid Atlantic and northeastern United States during the middle of the week, we will be treated to a moderating trend late this week into the upcoming weekend. So that's going to be good news for those of us sick of the windy and unseasonably cold conditions. So let me jump right on into things here and start by taking a look at the GFS model for 1 p.m. on Thursday. Now, what you'll notice on Thursday is this very pronounced warm front moving through the upper Midwest and the northern plains. But you'll also notice this clipper system that's located essentially well over southeastern Canada. I don't have it contoured here, but there is a very weak cold front extending to the south and west of that clipper type system. There may be a few flurries across northern and western parts of the lower Susquehanna Valley Thursday afternoon and evening. You can see the Euro is also in very good agreement here with the GFS. But again, when these clipper type systems track this far to the north of Pennsylvania, we really don't see much, if any, snow from them at all. So other than a few flurries, I think Thursday and Thursday night turn out dry. And even in areas that do see a few flurries, you won't see any accumulation on either paved or non-paved surfaces. So the real feature here that we're going to be keying in on the medium range forecast is first this warm front that's going to be moving across the central and eastern states from Thursday into Friday, and then the cold front that's going to be trailing behind that 24 to 48 hours later. So you'll notice by the time we get into Friday, that warm front is already into the Commonwealth, and according to the Euro, it's already through the lower Susquehanna Valley by Friday afternoon. So with that being said, I expect much milder conditions on Friday. High temperatures on Thursday will still be stuck around or a few degrees below the freezing mark, but then by Friday afternoon, those southwesterly winds will return and usher that milder air into the region. So don't be surprised if temperatures reach the upper 30s to low 40s already by Friday afternoon. But again, you'll notice this trailing cold front on Friday is located across the upper Midwest. That's going to be pushing farther south and east throughout the weekend. You'll also notice this high pressure system over the southeastern United States shift into the western Atlantic on Saturday. So on its backside, southerly flow from the western Atlantic and Gulf of Mexico will be drawing moisture northward into the southeastern United States and mid-Atlantic states later this weekend. So with that being said, I do expect some showers and areas of steadier rain to develop across the Ohio and Tennessee valleys later Friday night into Saturday. Now, there are some key differences here between the European and GFS models, especially later in the weekend and early next week. You'll notice on the GFS model that there is this area of low pressure that's trying to develop along the tail end of the cold front Saturday afternoon. By comparison, the Euro really doesn't show that. Instead, it shows this weak low pressure system over Pennsylvania. There is a weak low pressure system. Again, I don't have it contoured here over Tennessee, but it is there Saturday afternoon. But what you'll notice here is that the GFS and the Euro are very different in the press of cold air across the south central and southeastern United States. The GFS has a stronger front across the northern tier, but then the cold air is slower to arrive across the southern United States. So as a result, that low pressure system is allowed to form along the tail end of the front. By comparison, the Euro actually suggests that your stronger push of cold air is into the southern United States, and the cold air is slower to arrive in the northeastern United States. So as you can imagine, as we head into Sunday, then the GFS suggests that storm system begins to intensify across the Carolinas. By comparison, the European model suggests that storm system remains weak and it's shunted right on out to sea Sunday afternoon because that press of colder air is so much stronger than what you see on the GFS, especially across the mid-Atlantic states, Tennessee Valley, and the deep south. You'll notice just how more pronounced the press of cold air is on the European model in comparison to the GFS. So we'll just have to keep an eye on things later this week into the weekend to see what happens. If the GFS solution is correct and that low pressure system does develop across the Carolinas, then yeah, we might actually see a swath of snow break out from the mid-Atlantic states and central Appalachians into southern New England Sunday night into Monday. But if the Europeans model is right, that there really won't be any precipitation at all later Sunday night into Monday, other than a few snow showers across perhaps parts of the central Appalachians and mid-Atlantic states. But the GFS model would definitely be the more problematic solution later Sunday night into Monday. I don't show it here, but if you fast forward a few more hours on this model run, it does show a swath of moderate to at times heavy snow breaking out across the I-95 and I-81 corridors, heading northeastward into southern New England Sunday night into Monday. Right now, I'm kind of favoring the European model solution. The pattern seems very progressive. The North Atlantic oscillation is positive, meaning there's no downstream blocking over Greenland and northeastern Canada. So systems are going to have a tendency to be very progressive and move eastward more quickly than some models would expect. So right now I'm hedging my bets toward the European solution, but I wouldn't be surprised to see a very light snow event across parts of the mid-Atlantic or southern New England later Sunday night into Monday. So again, stay tuned late this weekend and early next week for an update on that. As we take a look at the medium range campus weather service forecast, increasing clouds on Thursday and unseasonably cold, high 30. Partly sunny and milder on Friday with a gentle breeze, high 40. Mostly cloudy with a chance of showers on Saturday, high 42. And then mainly cloudy again on Sunday and rather seasonable with highs in the upper 30s to around 40. Well, that'll do it for this edition of the Medium Range Forecast. Tune back in next Monday for the latest edition. Until then, enjoy the warm-up later this week into this weekend.